Hi, my name is Laurie Ritchie. Welcome to Laurie's Lift. Today we are working out of my Artfelt Oracle deck, which you can purchase for me. Just put a note below this video and you can buy them from me for $25. This is just a 3x3 card, which you can cut out of anything really, even an envelope or the back of a cereal box, a note card. This is a micron pen, graphite pencil, and a tortillon blending tool that is coming apart. I'm so excited. I just ordered some more from Amazon. Should be coming in tomorrow. And I'm not sure if I'll be using colored pencils, but I have them available. So we're going to draw a card, see what we would like to focus on today. Today, it being a beautiful sunny day, I thought we'd do another flower. But what will our... how about this one? The poem is, "Oh, don't I love when things go unexplainably, wonderfully, easily right, when bounty falls from the trees like fat, juicy apples, when intuition abounds and I'm left breathless with clarity and understanding, when I feel love from everyone around me making me feel 10 feet tall. But oh, how we slide from that easy comfort, finding the only true guarantee to life is change, and that this bliss too shall pass. But it is truly in the darkness, the mystery, the shadow, that we rub up against the roughness of ourselves, weep away the struggle like stones in the ocean, and find the true gold of our soul." Oh, that's so hard to remember when we're in it, though. So, I'd like for you to start with, again, we will draw a square and leave enough room on the outside of this square to be able to write a little piece of that poem on the outside. I'm looking at it ahead of time to decide what of that do I want. And it's probably somewhere in that last paragraph. It's in the mystery, the shadow, that we find the true gold of our soul. Ha ha ha. I might write that first. It's in the darkness. And shadow. That we find the true gold of our soul. So what I'd like for you to do to start with is, we're going to draw a grid for this one. So draw a line very lightly with a pencil, straight through the middle, and one straight through the middle, going horizontally, and then an X going through there. So from here, we're going to draw these, maybe you can do make little dots that are maybe about an inch away from the center, all the way around on those pencil lines. It's not necessary, but you can start that way. And then you're going to draw maybe a seed or a thin shaped leaf or a thin seed that reaches from the center all the way up or down to that point. You'll do that all the way around. Turning the card as you go. Or at least I like to turn it that way. I actually think I did this wrong. We'll see how it goes. I think I was only supposed to draw six leaves. But let's see how this works out. It might be a little cramped. Okay, and so now what you're going to do is to draw a curve from the top of the point of one of the seed pods and draw a curve coming back. It's a tiny little line, comes back down into the center. And you draw one a little bit higher than that. Back down into the center. Let's draw 3 of them and stop there. Turn it and do the next one. Draw a little taller leaf or curved line, making them very narrow. Keep going it around. So yes, as I'm doing this, I'm also thinking about what I wrote around the outside. It's in the darkness and shadow that we find the true gold of our soul. And how can that possibly be? So I find, we always know that it is in the difficult times of life is when we grow the most. And I think it's when we're really turn inwards. Maybe we listen a little bit more. We reach out a little bit more. And so maybe we're connecting even more when we're in the darkness, our own darkness. Because when things are clipping along well and we're moving quickly, we don't really take the time to slow down and listen. So I'm going to keep going around. I'm going to go up maybe a couple more times until I can't really fit any more in. So I put 2 more in. Again, keep going higher and higher. And higher and higher. Just curving up and around. And this is also a nice thing about this practice, which is a good reminder, is that when we're in those dark times, getting back to just doing the simple, as they say, carry water, chop wood. It's in the repetitive simplicity of our lives, of just putting one foot in front of the other. And sometimes in that simplicity is when we can best hear from our inner self. So now that I'm almost out of room down here in the center, what I'm going to do is start making my curves shorter. So make it shorter than that one and come back in. Shorter and come back into the center. Shorter and come back in. In some of these quadrants, I don't have any room at all. So I'm just going to continue it around. See, this one, I'm all done. Can't fit any more in there. I might just go ahead and finish off each section until I can't fit any more in, before I turn it, if you know what I mean. Last little section. And I think in the center here, I'm going to draw a little bit bigger of a circle. Maybe flick out by pressing down and pulling up on my pen. Little flick lines. And then I forget what these are called, but just little, I don't know, little little lines with dots on the end. They are called something specific in Zentangle, but I can't remember. And so now I will just erase wherever my eraser is the lines that were there from before, my grid lines. And to make the darkness and shadow, I could color the whole thing in, but that would get rid of those little lines and dots that I can't remember. So I'm just going to pixelate, stipple the background just by making little dots. But you could do anything in the background. You might draw lines, you might draw, like a whole bunch of circles bumped up against each other, coloring some in. So many different opportunities and ideas. And because it is the darkness and the shadow that we find the gold, I think I might dig out a gold and or yellow pencil and color the center. And this yellow. And so to shade this, I would just go all the way around. And I'm doing it with a heavier mark just because I really want to emphasize the shadow. So I'm going all the way around the outside. Then also in the center of the flower where I've put some of the yellow, I'm going to emphasize that. And then anywhere that you see it coming over the edge there, I'm going to go over that with a little bit of more graphite. So it's kind of all on this left-hand side of the floral. And then you take your tortillon and you blend it outwards. And you can see how it really makes that stand out. So that's another great metaphor, is that it is when we're in that darkness that we can really see, really see what isn't working. And they're just guideposts. They're just guideposts to send you in the right direction. That's really all that we need to remember, is what would make me feel better in this moment. And sometimes it is just doing a little piece of art. And having that quietness. But what is it that makes your heart come alive? Because when it is in those moments that we deepen into where we're truly aligned, that we can hear the voice of our higher self. And yes, that is where the true gold lies, the true gold of our soul. So yum, look at how that stands out. I love it. I'm going to emphasize my gold. So yes, at the end here, do put your initials, date the back, and write a sentence of two of whatever in that poem that you would like to emphasize. And say a sentence or two. Thanks so much. We'll see you again tomorrow.